Duck family, on this episode of the Ducks of a Feather podcast.
I ain't gonna say too much, but I mean, hey, I can't wait to see him again. Like, if that makes sense.
I'm gonna look at this camera when I tell you this. That boy is special.
I started playing sophomore year, high school.
Wait.
I was a soccer player. They wanted me to move to Barcelona and be trained there. The reason I play receiver now is because the first game of the season, I was at DB. That's it. No, defense ain't for me.
Evan Stewart, ladies and gentlemen.
The University of Oregon is located in Eugene, a city of 80,000 people, situated in the lush Willamette River Valley, midway between Cascade Mountains and the Pacific Ocean.
Kenjon Barner, yeah, I got your speed right here.
Kenjon Barner, 10, outside 5. Are you kidding me?
I'm really proud of where this team's at. We got a lot of work to do.
What's the deal, Duck family? I am Kenjon Barner, typically alongside my brother Jay Stu, but Jay Stu is not here today. Got some other prior engagements that he had to take care of. But listen, we got a special guest in the house. My guy straight out of Memphis, Tennessee, formerly known at Texas A&M, now presently here at Oregon and doing this thing. My dog, Evan Stewart. What's the deal, brother? How we doing?
Word. I'm good. How about yourself?
Listen, I woke up this morning on top of the dirt, and the dirt not on top of me, so I'm blessed. You feel me?
Boy, you got them sayings. Boy, you got them sayings. Boy.
Listen, I grew up, my daddy, okay? I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like my daddy, you know what I'm saying? He's
I feel you,
slick
though.
with his words, you know, real. Okay, enough said. Yeah, so what's the deal, bro? How we doing? How is spring ball going? How is Evan Stewart doing?
Sure.
It's been a minute.
I mean, yeah, man, it's been a minute. Well, I mean, spring been going good. The guys look good. The team look good. Dan's still in his zone.
Yes, sir.
Willie Love's still in his zone.
Yes, sir.
So shoot, everything's intact. Spring game on Saturday. Hey, can't wait to see these boys rock out. I can't wait to rock out too. But hey, Evan Stewart been good. On the other hand, hey.
Glad to hear that.
Mhm.
It's been a minute since East Stu been activated. How we doing in that recovery process? We don't got to go into detail about what it is, what it's not, or anything like that. But as far as the recovery process, how are we doing? You ain't got to give a timeline. Understand that.
Bet.
You know, because I'm not here. I ain't gonna get nobody in no trouble, and,
Right.
I ain't gonna do me wrong, first and
Nah,
foremost.
I got you. Yeah, dog.
So, you know what I'm saying? Just how you doing as far as your recovery process, and what is it looking like for you?
It's pretty good. Going right now. I'm honestly probably gonna be back stronger than what I was before, like even prior to the injury. Keeping a lot of humility throughout the process, and I appreciate the people that's helping me. But because it's about to be a show when I get back for sure. I can't wait.
I believe it. I want to go back to last season. Y'all getting ready for that O State game. You go through what you go through. You get to the game, and we can't make it happen. What was your state of mind as you was watching that game take place and knowing that you couldn't play a part in it to help your team come through and win that game?
It just didn't sit right with me. Like, especially when you know you're a game changer, it's like plays happen back to back. Next play. Like, that's the whole thing about it, next play mentality. So it's like, I sit there and watch the game go on. It's like, well, shoot, we need to play there. I probably could have made that. We need to play here. I probably could have made that. Like, you feel me? So it's like, it just doesn't sit right. Just knowing, like, I know that we weren't at top peak to go against them, and they came in full throttle. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, that's really it. I mean, I ain't gonna say too much, but I mean, hey, I can't wait to see him again. Like, if that makes sense. But
That makes perfect sense.
hey, they did. They props to them for winning. But I mean, as a team, I mean, we weren't. I know we didn't feel too good about that one. We all knew, like, you know, it wasn't nobody else's fault but ours. You know,
Right.
just, you know, I feel like, you know, some of the guys felt we didn't prepare enough. And, you know, all the other stuff that people say. But, like, I mean, hey, they went in there and they battled. So, hey.
I feel that, and I wanna change something that you said. You're not just a game changer. You're a game breaker. Some people can come in, some people could change the game with a play here, a play there. There's very few who can break the game wide open and can consistently do that, and you have that type of talent.
Yes,
You
sir.
showed that when you was at A&M.
Yeah.
You've shown that when you was here, so I need you to adjust your way. You're not just a game changer. You're a game breaker. You feel me?
I
Yes,
got
sir. But getting back to the squad, taking that loss, and obviously you guys lost a lot at the end of that season. 36 guys
you.
no longer here. And I hate the way that I said that. That sounded crazy.
Yeah.
36 guys who have moved on or hoping to move on either to the NFL or to other aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? So what motivation, what did that game do to you guys as far as motivation-wise? I know you said guys felt like they didn't prepare. So how do we take that game and now make sure that doesn't replay itself, not just versus Ohio State, but in the other game?
So I'd say it starts with us, like as in when I say us, the older guys that were there whenever it happened. Because, our team's pretty young, like this coming up year. So, I mean, a lot of them don't really know what the college experience is like.
Right.
They're just getting their feet wet. So, I mean, it's really about us, like, embedding that thought, like, hey, like, we lost last year. Like, we got to bring it even harder because, shoot, we had a pretty good team last year. And we gotta make that happen again.
Yeah.
Like, and we got to go even harder because we didn't even do it all the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's really been the motto for real.
So for you being an elder statesman on the squad, having been through the fire, having went through all of last season, with the hopes of winning the national championship, and for a guy who's not active right now, how do you take on that leadership role? One, you not being, like I said, being able to get out there and physically do it. How do you mentally challenge the guys and verbally lead these guys? Because, as you said, the team is young.
Well, I mean, of course, with the younger guys, I can just, call out things that I know I did as a freshman that I learned from.
Yeah.
So those type of things. But then whenever I'm not out on the field, I mean, I can also tell them, like, what I see. Like, because, I mean, you watch film. You sometimes figure out stuff you don't know while you're doing it through film. So I be telling them, like, what I see, like, every rep, like, next play, because, you get better every play.
Absolutely.
So, shoot, I just want to, help them out and, shoot, do my job, like, until I can get on the field. Because, when I get on the field, of course, I can be more verbal, because even me as a player I am right now, like, I know as a leader, like, it's different coming from a leader that's doing it with you and then different from a leader that's not doing it with you.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah.
But I'll say this. You've done it.
Yeah.
It's different between doing it a guy that's leading that's never done it versus a guy, who has done it but just right now can't do it.
Yeah.
And so me being around like I've been around over the past couple of weeks, I want to challenge you absolutely to step more into that verbal leader because they need it. The team need it.
Yeah.
And for those young guys who haven't been in the fire like you have, you got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of insight. You got a lot of game to give to these young cats that they can take, grow, and evolve and make themselves better because of what you bring to the table and your ability.
Yeah.
So I want to challenge you because I see that, again, being around like I have over the past couple of weeks, this team has a lot of individual talent.
Yeah.
And, collectively you can't see that, right, what the team will look like based off of how practice and everything is structured.
Yeah.
But it's going to take guys like you stepping up and embracing that leadership role because that's what I don't see.
Yeah.
I hear Poncho. I hear Poncho a lot.
Yeah.
But as far as outside of him, it's a lot of gaps that can be filled. And so I want to challenge you in that aspect to really step in and be the leader in that room because you are that.
Yeah.
Who
I
else?
got you.
Who else? You know what I'm saying? There's nobody.
I know it.
You got guys with talent. Don't get me wrong, but talent don't equate to a leader.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And oftentimes a leader don't equate to talent. Sometimes it's just a guy who's been through the fire, got the experience, know what it takes, know what it looks like, know what it sounds like, and you got all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need you to.
I got you. No, I got you. I got you.
Step into that.
I got you. Expect it more. Expect it more.
Absolutely. So with the spring game coming up, what are your expectations of the teams and how everything? Tell me who you're excited to see come Saturday.
Oh,
and
I'm excited.
It can either be a receiver or it can be anybody from any other. Give me a receiver and somebody else.
Who? I mean, if I got a receiver, Coop Perry.
Talk about it.
I want to see my boy Coop Perry.
Talk about it.
I mean, I called him out earlier. They asked me who I thought was gonna have a good spring. I said it's gonna. I think it's gonna be Coop. Coop got a little juice to him.
He got a whole lot of juice.
So boom, him, and then another player. Shoot, I'm doing fellow homeboy, Bear Alexander. I want to see. I want to see my boy in the trenches. If I had another, I want to see Tay. I want to see what Tay do.
Mhm.
I mean, first little look that Otson get at Tay for real.
Yeah.
So
That's gonna be special.
That's gonna be
That's gonna be
special.
special.
Yeah.
I remember my freshman year, my true freshman year, coming in with Jeremiah Masoli.
Jeremiah Masoli.
Yeah, you taking it back.
Oof.
Then we had Nate Costa. But it was the anticipation of what the quarterback would look like for that next season for Oregon.
Yeah.
And even going after that, Darren Thomas in his freshman, we got a glimpse of Darren during the season against Boise State when he came into the game and acted a fool at the quarterback spot. Came in there throwing that thing. But then going into that spring, the fans wanted to see that. So I can absolutely be in alignment with you when the anticipation of Alton getting their first look at what they listen. I'm going to look at this camera when I tell you this. That boy is special.
Nah, he's special.
Dante Moore is special.
Nah, he's special.
His ability to change his arm angles, his ability to make something. I would give you guys a saying, but I told my dad I would stop cursing whether or not I'm repeating what somebody said or whatever it is. But he has the ability to make chicken into chicken salad. If you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what are your expectations once you get back and you get back grooving? What's the expectation and the goals for yourself, and what is your expectation of the team? I can assume for the team, but what are you thinking?
So expectation, of course, I'm gonna keep saying it because man, it's unbelievable. I haven't done it yet, but I want a 1,000-yard season.
You ain't had a stop yet?
I haven't had I've never, like, when I say never, like high school. Like I started playing sophomore year, high school.
Wait.
Yeah.
What year are you in school?
I'm a senior. Well, I'm gonna be a senior next, like this coming up year.
So you're telling me that you've only been playing organized football for what, 5-6 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been pretty fun too. Nah, it's been pretty fun. Hey, it's been pretty fun.
Okay, so now I know I just took you off your whole train of thought, but my mind is blown right now. How did you get started in football? Like what?
So, put it this way. I played flag football when I was like 6, feel me? After that though, I played soccer. I was a soccer player. So I was a soccer player all the way up until about ninth grade, kind of a little bit of 10th.
That's why you got good feet.
Yeah, so 10th grade, I was in Barcelona for a soccer trip, and we was playing at FC Barcelona. We was playing at FC Barcelona's academy team, and they were basically giving us our whole little rundown of like where they had us at, like our eval, like our exit eval, and they were saying like athletically, like I had like a pro level, like they was basically telling me like they could see me playing pro, like right now, like at the age I was about 15, 16. But the thing was, they wanted me to move to Barcelona and be trained there, and then, be a not even a homegrown, but be a grown player there, type thing. I was 15, 16, so no, I'm not doing it. like you feel me?
Wow.
So I basically told him, I was like, I appreciate it, but I'm probably not going to play soccer ever again after this. I was like, I'm glad I did it. Like, you feel me? So then after that, the reason I kind of wanted to shy away from soccer was because like I liked all sports. I played basketball, football, track, baseball. I did all of them. I even swam. But because I like to do all that, soccer, when academy in the U.S., which is the highest level of soccer you can play, high school level, they say you can only play that sport. Like, you can only play soccer, you can't play school sports, stuff like that. So I was like, well, I want to play other sports, so I'm going to have to not be in academy. So then that's when I got open to the football talk, because I did track. That year that I had stopped playing soccer, I did track and basketball. And so I had went to state and track, and I was on varsity basketball. So then, because of my athleticism shown in track and basketball, my basketball coach and my track coach came up to me and they was like, "You're drawing attention for football, but you don't play it." They were like, do you want to play? I was like, no. like you know, I'd much rather just run on the track. Like, I'll be honest. But what's called? And I had hoop dreams, so I was like, I don't really want to play football. Like this at third. So they kept bugging me like every week, every day, like, cause my cousin was on the football team, and plus like my homeboy that always took me to school whenever I didn't have my license, he was on the football team too. And so they was always like, bro, just give it a chance. They like, you got everything you need to be good. Like, just try it out. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to get hit. Like, if I'm keeping it a buck, hey, every sport without contact right now. So I'm like, nah, so I get to it's one day in like downtime, like in school, we go to they always go to Coach Shumo's room, and he was like the wide receiver coach. So they went, and I stayed out in the hallway because I was like, I already know he finna be like, come play football. I was like, nah. So I stayed out in the hallway talking, chatting it up, waiting for them to come out. They came out, and we walking down the hallway, and some big, about 6'4", 6'5", bald-headed black dude tapped me on my shoulder. I turn around, well, who are you? Oh, I'm Coach Gregory. I'm like, oh, was you the football coach? He like, yeah. He like, so I hear you finna come play football for me. Where you hear that from? Where you? Oh, really? I'm finna. He like, you want to try? He like, it's a couple colleges asking about you, dog, because of track and stuff. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, what position you think I play? He was like, He like, you want to be on the offense side or defense side? It's like, do I want to get hit? Do I want to hit somebody? I'm playing defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I was like, I'll play on the defense. Yeah. He was like, all right, we gonna play you at corner. Like, all right. So boom, I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. I was like, I'll do it. Boom, did my first little spring. Had a couple college coaches out there. It was like Oklahoma State, Baylor, like, and I ain't never, like, you feel me? This is my first little roundabout. So actually, to like really further on the story, the reason I play receiver now is because the first game of the season, I was at DB, and we was on defense, and somebody threw a flag, but they ran the play. Like before the ball was hyped. So I'm sitting here looking at my receiver like, he ain't moved, so I guess the play not. Then he took off. He threw the ball up. I said, oh, he caught it. I said, no, defense ain't for me. I said, no, they playing trickery. I can't do that. So, boom, then that's what I was like, you know what? Let me go to the offense side. Then they started jet sweeping me. And that's really where it took off. That season, I played Christian Gonzalez.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was my first time learning about stars. I told you about that. And so, yeah, no, that was, Christian pretty good.
So shout out to your homeboys, and what was it, Coach Hughes, you said?
Coach Shumo. Coach Shumo,
shout out to them.
Yeah.
But you mentioned track, and you just glanced over that, and I remembered the question that I'm asking, so I'm going to take you back to that. But we can't glance over track and not mention what you did in track.
I did a lot in track.
You were that guy.
Yeah,
a champion in track. Long jump.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about you can't. This is the space where we talk about that. So don't just glance over track.
That's fair. That's fair.
What events outside of long jump? What you were clearly good.
Everything.
This is what I've just gathered in this short span of time. You were good at everything that you've done.
Basically,
whether it was soccer,
which
is a shocker. You like how
it was a low keto. I randomly just craved wanting to play it, like because I was actually in my football jersey about to go to my game, and my neighbor ran down from the hill because they played soccer. And they was like, the kid that's supposed to be on our team got sick. He was like, we need one more to be able to play in the tournament. He like, and you be up here kicking the ball with us, so we know you know how to kick a ball. They like, and you fast. They like, that's all you got to be.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at my mom. She was like, you ain't got no cleats. I was like, shoot. I was like, I can wear these? It was like, no. So they took me to Walmart, got me some cleats, and I went and played. And that's how that went.
So what did you run in track?
Shoot, everything. 400, 100, 200, long jump, triple jump.
You did everything.
Yeah, 4x1, 4x2,
what they call
4x4.
A decathlete? That's what you were. So what'd you run in 100?
10.38.
In high school?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? I didn't like the 100. I didn't. So like,
what
I
was
really
your
only
race?
ran it twice.
What
The
was your-
200.
What'd you run in the 2?
21 flat.
In high school?
This was sophomore year. Like, yeah, no, it was man.
What did you run in the 4?
I never ran the open 4. I was only, because the thing was, I told him, I said, I will not run the 4. I'll run the 2. I was like, but the 4, that whole lap, I don't feel like sprinting that full lap.
Make a man out of you.
I said the only way I do the 4 is if because our school was known for having a good track team. So our 4x4 was always good.
Okay.
So I was like, the only way I run the 4 is if somebody and the alternates can't run.
Okay.
So we only had one alternate. He didn't, for the time we needed to qualify, he couldn't run that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had to take his spot. So I took it in state, and I think I split like 46-4.
And this is all your sophomore year?
This is junior year. That's junior
It don't
year.
matter. Sophomore, junior, you ran
That was
46?
what's it called though. I feel like I only ran that fast though because the dude I was racing was the 400 meter, like he just won it type thing. So he was moving.
Did you beat him?
Yeah. I had to. No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
you
it
had
was
to go
his
get him.
race. So
Yeah.
like I was really, I told you my team was good at 4x4. So like his team was good, but you could tell like it was him that made the
He was
team.
the guy, yeah.
So like really all my job was beat him out because
him and
my
make it-
team gonna take
make it
care of
to the
everything
race.
else. So I got to like, I think I got like a 50-meter head start. So he long too. Like I didn't know. They was like, oh yeah, you gonna be running against a 400-meter state runner. This that third. I'm like, okay. Like this, I don't really care. I gotta run the 400 anyway. Like you feel me? So I take off, and I can see a shadow behind me, but the shadow's so big. I'm like, dude, is he really that big? And so I'm like, you know what? I'm probably gonna have to speed up now because for his stride, he can really stride out and catch me.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So I started pushing it. And I'm like, I'm gonna get into a comfortable lead. So even when by the time he catch up, I done got my brakes so I can keep going type thing.
Yeah.
So he started closing on me, trying to pass me. I'm like, no, I already took my break.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
already
you feel me?
on.
So we got to like the last little 40 meters, and that's where I knew like he ran the 400. I didn't. Like, you feel me? But the thing was, I could tell I tired him out because of how fast I was going, and I didn't have a pace.
Yeah.
So by the 10-meter mark, we both damn near walking. like you feel me? Like so, like we was struggling, like we bumping each other, whatever.
Yeah.
I fell through first, so shoot.
we go.
Hey, we going.
Yeah.
Hey, that
That's
was
crazy. You ran 10-3,
yeah.
21 flat, and pushed 46 in a 4.
Mhm.
That is nuts.
No, that is nuts.
What did you jump in the long jump?
I won with 24-11, I think. But my farthest jump though, I always scratch my farthest jump. Always. My farthest jump was 25-7. But I was probably scratched by like this much. Like a hair.
Okay.
I was sick.
So with this being your last year, right?
Mhm.
And it's me sitting here talking to you, a guy who did it himself.
Right.
You not trying to be a 2-sport athlete here?
I would. I really would. Like that's the thing. I really wanted to.
What do you mean wanted to?
No, like I came to college to be that. I came to college to be that. When I got in football, it wasn't that. Like, if you know what I'm saying.
Is that again? I don't want to.
Hey, Coach Properties.
There we go.
Feel me?
Okay.
Like,
Because listen,
hey.
I was about to say I know a guy. I can get a number. I can get.
Hey,
your
no,
number
but
to him.
I've always said like if I had a chance to long jump again, I really would want to. Like I really would be. I think I would compete at the top. Like
I'm not. Listen, based off of the conversation that we've had,
I'm telling you,
I
look,
wouldn't put it past you, my guy.
no, that's my stuff right
I
there.
wouldn't put it past you. That is wow. I'm literally. You went to high school in Texas, Liberty, right? Texas is known for speed.
Yeah, no, this is the same year like Matthew Bolin and all them in that. Yeah,
Okay.
we all are the same jump.
Okay.
All of us.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
Yeah.
Like 100 meter, I think the 100 meter won. The 100 meter that won that race was 9.98.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's different.
And he was a sophomore.
That's different. That's different. That is different. Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, no, that Texas athlete,
different.
hey, that stuff different over
Texas
there.
and Florida has a I was talking to Rome McKinley.
Yeah.
We was talking about Texas and Cali. We won't go there. But
No,
listen,
no.
huh?
I ain't from Texas, so
I
like,
know,
I ain't
but
really.
you went to high school out there. So,
Yeah.
So you
If I had
experienced
to
it?
agree though, I would definitely say Texas probably is it. No, look, y'all got
go.
dudes.
You
Y'all
gotta
got
go.
dudes. No, I'm saying y'all got dudes. Like it's really it's closer than what people think.
1000%.
But I really do think that we like if we're doing statistically for real, I think we might just have 2 more players. Like you feel me?
Where Tom Brady from?
Mm-hmm.
Cali.
Tom Brady from Cali?
Yeah, that's how I'm gonna end every debate.
That's low key hard to. That's hard to believe. Where Patrick Mahomes from?
I don't care.
Okay.
Okay. We both got one. But I want to get back to the question I asked you. Because I told you I remember that we didn't talk about a whole lot. I bet you thought I forgot. I'm here. But I asked you about your expectation, and you had talked about not touching the stack yet. And when I say a stack, I'm talking about 1,000 yards receiving for those who don't know that type of vernacular. I can switch my vernacular up, okay? I can get to where I need to be in the vehicle I need to be in.
Vernacular. That's a word right there.
You got to talk in different vernacular. So what is East Stew's? What is his goals? What would you like to accomplish?
If I'm being honest, to accomplish, I mean, of course, 1,000 yards, but like, I really want to be a part of like a team. Like last year was a team. Like, and we just didn't go all the way. Like, that's okay. Like, but you know, I want to do it again, but you know, like really do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never won, other than track, I ain't never won. Like, Big Ten was my first like team victory. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
So like, shoot, that's why I'm saying, like, going to that Rose Bowl, watching that, it was like, I don't want to help.
Yeah,
to like, so goals wise, I mean, be the best, become the player that I know I am and know I can be. And you know, honestly, the goal is just to like, you know, prove myself right. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I didn't got a lot of negativity over the past years, like when it comes to scouting wise, like, you know what I'm saying, like that I feel I've already showcased, but you know, they need reassurance for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I want to give them that reassurance, and I want to give myself support. Like, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, I just want to, you know, go out there, ball out with the guys, you know, help whoever I can help, and, you know, shoot, leave us in a great place.
I love that. How do we get to when you proving yourself right and accomplishing those goals? What does Evan Stewart need to do in order to accomplish what he wants to accomplish in this season?
The little things every single day. And like when I say the little things, like, yes, the routine, the process, like you have to trust in it. You can't shortcut it every single day. Like, it can't be them days that you like, you know what, I'll just do it tomorrow. No, you can't have those. Yeah, you feel me? So like, it's like you really got to keep stacking, because as we all know, there's plenty of other organizations out there that got plenty of men and ones entering in that want the same thing. Like, so shoot, all about that mindset and just, you know, keep going.
And I think you got the right mindset. You said that you want to prove yourself right, and I think that's huge, because oftentimes as athletes, we're out to prove somebody else wrong.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, not only in sports but in life, it's all about the man in the mirror. It's all about deciding and making a decision of, am I going to be who I think I see? Am I going to be who I know I see? Am I going to be who I want to be? Will I run away from who I formerly am and who I was into the next stage of greatness within my life?
Right.
You know, I had that conversation with the team out there, you know, about being great.
Yeah.
You know, we all want to be great, and we say it out of our mouths, but when we get that receipt and we see how much greatness truly costs,
man,
are we really are we ready to come out of pocket and pay the price?
Yeah.
And so, to you, to accomplish that and to get there, we've had conversation. You got all the talent in the world. You got all the skill in the world. Bro could have been a professional soccer player at 16 years old. It ain't too many out there that could say that, you know. So
now it's time to lead.
Yeah, you know. So you have everything that you need in order to do that. Go do it.
Yeah.
Don't let a day go to waste. This your last ride.
Yeah.
At this level.
Yeah.
This is your last ride. And coaches always say this, you got the pen in your hand.
Amen.
You got to write this book. Don't let somebody else write it for you.
Mm-hmm.
When we get to January 12th, January 14th, whenever that last game is, what will this book read about Evan Stewart?
Mm-hmm.
Will it read that, oh, he didn't have the greatest year, or he could have did this, he could have did that? Or will it read that I accomplished everything that I decided or desired and set out for myself to accomplish, I went out and did?
Mm-hmm.
Will it read that I am the best receiver in this country?
Mm-hmm.
Will it read that every scout that ever said something negative about me, when I looked myself in the mirror, I knew who I was that?
Yeah.
You control that.
Yeah.
And I want nothing but that for you. I hope you go do it. I hope you go get that stack.
Appreciate it.
Develop and nurturing that relationship with Dante to where y'all on the same page. And
Mm-hmm.
you're a go-to dude, in my opinion. I watched you last season. Obviously, you had Tez, you had T. Ferg, you had Sadiq,
Mm-hmm.
you had Trey.
Mm-hmm.
Starting this thing off, you got to be the guy.
Yeah.
And you don't got to say it. Other people won't say it, but I can say it.
Yeah.
This school don't they don't pay my bills.
That's right.
So starting this thing off with the youth that's in that, you got to be the guy. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
The demand is on you.
Mm.
When it come down and in a play that has to be made, it shouldn't be another direction that Dante look.
For sure.
We're 7.
For sure.
Put 7, whatever. If this is number 1 in the progression, put 7 there. I need him there. That's what it should be for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hoping it is.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, you got anything for me before we close out?
Shoot. I need you to keep teaching me these punt return tactics.
Well,
Now,
listen,
look,
I'm here.
Look, I'm telling you, look, I can't help the team there too, dog.
I know you can. I know you can.
I just ain't never,
You listen. It's that position. It's a few cats that y'all got that got the ability.
Yeah. For sure.
GB for sure.
For sure.
DK for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You for sure.
Leak
Malik,
too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? For sure. Y'all got some guys
Mm-hmm.
at that position. What separates it is confidence. And that's
Yeah.
what I told Lee.
Yeah.
First, I think it was the first scrimmage. I told him he didn't go catch a ball, and I went up to him. I was like, this position is all about confidence.
Yeah.
It's all about knowing who you are, knowing what you are and what you're capable of. If you got the confidence, the awareness, and the film study, you can go unmatched.
Yeah.
But you got my number, and I ain't going nowhere. I'm here through the spring game.
Yeah.
And when I leave here, the relationship that we build through chopping it up, that don't end.
Yeah.
I ain't that type of dude. Whatever questions you got, you shoot my way.
Yeah.
You call me, I'm going to pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And that's my word. So whatever you need. And I'll be back out here in the summer to come help y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So, word is bond.
Like,
My guy, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Evan Stewart, ladies and gentlemen.